always take a bit of time and space on these evenings just to really allow ourselves to arrive. One of the things when we have an in-person group is you pack all of your stuff up and you go out of your house, and you maybe get into a car or onto the bus or onto the bike and head out to where the drumming circle is, and there's a little bit of a shift in yourself on that way as you arrive in this new separate place. But in this technological situation that we're in here, you've probably just plonked yourself down on the sofa in front of the computer, or have gone into another room. So let's give ourselves a little bit of extra time just to really arrive here. And I'm going to start with some smudging this evening, so I invite you, if you also smudge, to take time to grab those herbs and those plants. And it's also a nice opportunity with that to begin with thanks and begin with gratitude in honouring those plant spirits, or if you're using other things for your cleansing and grounding, just to give thanks to all of those elements that go into them, but honouring those plant spirits for their healing, for their cleansing, for their grounding, for all in helping us be focused and present here this evening, and allowing us just to settle in a different place within us where we can leave behind whatever might be the busyness and stress of the day, the things that we don't need to kind of carry or wonder about now. We can leave them behind. Maybe we need to pick them up again later or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I'm sure we don't need them again this evening. But just for this space that we have here now, just a time to ask the plant spirits as the smoke washes over you, for them to carry away anything that you don't need. Any worries that may be playing on your mind. Anything that's been unsaid, stuck in your throat. Any of those weights on your shoulders. Anything that's heavy on your chest. Whatever those butterflies in the stomach may be. And invite their blessing just for yourself for this evening. And I'll continue to allow this bowl of herbs to smoulder and send their prayers upwards, and maybe it will just be in view there in the background. But for the whole circle here, for all of those who are gathered here right now, and anybody who may find the video later, because there's a chance to catch up on these evenings on the Facebook video and on YouTube. We continue to send those prayers and those blessings up and out and around the whole circle. And let's take this opportunity here as we kind of allow all of that just to lift away from us, just to bring our attention to our breath. And there's no need to do anything fancy with it, there's no need to change it or affect it in any way. Simply just watch and notice the rhythm of your breathing. Notice that breath as it comes in, and notice the breath going out. And focus on the sensations of that breath coming in, and the sensations of the breath going out. Whether that be that cooling around the top lip and nostrils, when you breathe in through your nose, and feeling that cooling go down as you become filled with the breath, and that feeling of release as you exhale. And noticing the spaces in between the inhale and the exhale. When you breathe in, that little moment where you're just holding that breath, not intentionally, not straining, but it's just there, that little moment before the exhale. And then that little moment of stillness before the next breath comes in. It's as if it's a little island, a little space stretching out before the next inhale, the next rise and fall of the chest and shoulders with the breath. Just with each out breath, you just release and let go a little bit more. This helps you relax into the seat Relax into your body, relax into the moment, and drop in right down into our centre a bit more. And what I like to invite you to do as well is to breathe with our tree body. And by that I mean imagine from our feet roots going down into the ground, pushing down through the soil, through the wet earth, to the stone and underwater streams. This amazing network of roots really wrapping around and gripping and holding the earth beneath us. And with your next in-breath, breathe in through those roots and draw that breath up through those roots that come down from your feet. Breathe that up through your legs and imagine your body as the trunk of a tree. Breathing that up through that trunk and out through branches that extend up through your shoulders and head out to the sky. And just let that exhale be released to the sky above you. As you breathe outwards, let it be caught by the breezes and the winds. Just go and join the endless sky. Breathing in from those roots, up through the feet, up through your tree body, and out through your branches. Drawing with that in-breath, drawing that earth energy up through your body, upwards and up to the sky. And then start to alternate it to let your next in-breath be breathing in from that sky above, breathing in that light of the sun and of the moon and the star nations, breathing that light down through your branches, down through your tree body and out into the earth beneath you. Alternating that then to breathe in from the earth and drawing that earth energy up through you, up and out to the sky. And just building this bridge, this flow, both grounded and connected as we are here in our bodies. And from that place, it seems a good place for us to honour and acknowledge all of the unseen that we invite to be with us this evening. Let us honour that earth beneath us, the earth that holds us and heals us and guides us on our journey through life. We honour that air, the gentle breeze that blows, or maybe the wild winds of change that come to clear away the old. That air that is our breath. We honour the waters, the sacred waters that flow from deep within the earth. Those waters that fall as rains and flow into the rivers and streams and out to the sea. And that element of flow within us, our wateriness, our depths. And let us honour the fire. We've spoken about the destructive fire out on the land around us, around many of us at the moment, but let's honour that light and fire of the sun that has warmed the earth and has allowed fruits to ripen, has allowed grain to turn golden with its light and with its energy. Let us honour that fire within us, those fires of creativity and of inspiration and passion and excitement and illumination. All those fires that drive us and energize us. Let us honour as well and acknowledge those spirit guides or spirit allies, those unseen beings that support us and hold us and guide us, that walk with us and work through us. And let us honour our ancestors, those of our own bloodline, those shining ones who are there to support and guide us and love and hold us. Those ancestors of the land that we are on, those ancient ones, those ones who knew how to live in harmony and balance with the land. Let's honour those healers and seers and keepers of the ancient craft, and all those that have passed it on in such a way that we may today, here and now, have space to connect with the sacred. And so for all of the unseen that join us and hold space with us and join us in this circle, we call to all of the spirits of the north, of the east, of the south and the west, and we ask this circle to be blessed, and to the earth below and sky above, fill the circle with purest love. Blessed be. And blessed be Aho, Amen, Ariom, Bum Shakalaka, whatever is the way for you for ending prayers and sharing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's all welcome. Hey. Well, fantastic. It's lovely to see the faces on the screen there, and lovely to see the comments for those of you who the comments coming in on the Facebook, and yeah, do give us a bubble going up the side there as well, so I can see that you're there and see that you're back from the from that grounding and from that opening there. There's a few people who have commented that they're joining for the first time, so I'd just like to particularly welcome you. We've been holding these circles now since early 2020, and it's really great to have members of the group here who have been to pretty much every single one, and to continue to have new friends who are joining this space. This is very much a circle that's reaches right around the world, and we've had people joining from right around the world over these last couple of years, and we hold everybody who's here now, everybody who's been part of the circle, and all of those who for whatever reason can't make the lives. You know, not everybody can do these evenings, but join afterwards and catch up. I don't know if it gives you notifications, those of you on Facebook, when somebody comments on there tomorrow or the next day or something like that, to kind of say, I'm joining in from Southampton or whatever. It's even though it's kind of might seem a couple of days late, but it's great to see there are a lot of people who are joining in afterwards. And so we have this space with rounds of drumming where we drum together for a while, and I drum and you drum along on your own, and we start with a unity round. Every round of drumming has a focus and intention. You know, we feel great from it, whether it's listening to it coming through the screen and just bathing in that rhythm, or whether it's drumming along with it. It feels great for us, but we can also, with that energy that we build up, we can send that out far and wide with intention and focus. And we have our opening rounds on these evenings for unity, to help really bring us into connection together. And that's those of us who are here now, and everybody who's a part of this circle, live on catch up today, or last month, or last year, or next month, or next year. So yeah, our focus on this first round is unity, and I'll begin with a rhythm, and please join in at home. Just reconnecting again with your breath. And just breathing yourself back into your fingertips and your toes. Maybe giving them a wiggle. Maybe even giving your whole body a bit of a wiggle as you're moving in your seat. Just stretching around. Just to, yeah, really help bring you back to yourself here. A nice thing as well, if you've had your eyes closed and really dropped down deep during these rounds of drumming, is just as you open your eyes, just let them fall wherever they fall. Don't rush to come back to the screen. Screens are a bit garish when you have been in the betwixt and between. Just let them fall on something in the room where your kind of your gaze just lays naturally, and let that be a bit of a hook and anchor just to bring you back into the space. Then when you're ready, come round and join us on the screen there. And welcome back, everybody. Yeah, to give us a bubble or a emoji or something like that on Facebook. Let us know that you're back on there. On Zoom, if you've got the camera going, jazz hands. Excellent. Or in the comments section there. I think we need to have a little bit of a tinker with the sound on Zoom. I'll have a little play with that in a moment with you all. But I just want to get a sense that people are back. Yeah, I can see signs of life on Facebook again. Thumbs and hearts and things like that going up in one corner. And new friends joining on the evening. Greetings from Norway. Really fantastic to have you here. Really great to have you here. There's a comment on my t-shirt. Yes, that becomes very relevant this evening, particularly with the song Earth, inherited from our ancestors, borrowed from our children. Is the message on there. All very relevant to where we are in the world, and a key message that we definitely need to remember. Let us know in the comments section as well when you're back. Let us know how you're feeling from that round of drumming, what your experience of it was, what was it like for you. If you could put it in one word or two words, how would you describe that round? There's a couple of messages there of lovely, and that was great, thank you. There's a few emojis going up on there on Facebook. But yeah, how are you feeling from that round of drumming? This is where we use the chat box or the comment section. Some saying connecting, some saying uplifting. More thumbs and smileys. Excellent. Superb. There was a message on Zoom. Was it comb? It's gone up now at comb and paper sounding. So let's have a little tinker with the sound. Please also let us know on Facebook if there's anything with the sound we need to adjust or sort out. Somebody, oh, it's going up. Somebody says lovely. Somebody says, where's it gone? Visions of horses throughout that round, absolutely transporting. Super. May I ask those on Zoom to help us out with the sound here? And what I really need from you is, who heard issues with the sound on that round? A couple of people. Cool, yeah. Zoom tries to equalize or do something with the sound, and they are maybe doing really well for business meetings, less well for drums. So let's have a little go. What I need from you is, if the sound is better, thumbs up. If it's still a bit iffy, thumbs in the middle. And if it's made it worse, downwards. And what I'm going to do is see if it's something to do with the settings on this here. So I know that's plugged into the right place. That's in there. Okay, let's have a listen to it now. Iffy or bad, great. Let's just double check that I am putting it through the right mic. No, that's why. The microphone is set as a speaker and the webcam is set as a microphone. This might do it. How about this now? Original sound. There we go. How about this now? Brilliant. Thumbs up on most of the screens there. Wonderful. Human error. What it usually comes down to. Superb. Superb. Alright. Let's for our next round this evening, what I also like to do in rounds on this is really give us a chance to focus in on what's going on with the seasons at the moment and where we are on the wheel of the year and that cycle of the natural world around us that is also going on within us, and tuning into what that is for us and what that means for us. And so our next round of drumming will be focused on that. And what I'd like to invite from you first of all is what we've just passed the celebration of Lunasa for those who are in the Northern Hemisphere and those who follow that celebration. The beginning of August marks the start of the harvest season in that way. But what do you associate with this time of the year? We're here at the beginning of August. What do you associate with this time of the year? What does what first comes to mind? What's your word associations with it, as it were? What are you noticing out in the land at the moment? And if you do celebrate Lunasa, drum was better, but my voice has gone quieter. Alright, okay, let's see what I can do with that as well. Is that any better with the voice? There was a thumb there, not so sure elsewhere. I've got too many dials on this one. There's volume and gain and all sorts. How about this? Is that any better? Maybe I just need to speak louder. We'll give that a try. This is human error again. Thanks those on Facebook as well, so sound is okay. The Facebook one goes through my phone, and so that while that means that the text for your comments is really tiny for me to read, and so I can't always keep up with it, I think it at least equalises the sound a bit clearer on there. Okie doke. So yeah, let's go for it. What do we associate with this time of year, with this season, with Lunasa? What are we noticing out on the land? I want to kind of start off with the cobnuts. The hazelnuts are already turning, are already starting to kind of go brown out on the land at the moment. I start looking out for them for a little while earlier, but yeah, kind of definitely now they are really turning. Those who are joining in north of the Arctic Circle here, the beginning of August means the land starts to turn brown, and the Arctic cotton grass with white fluff. Young geese getting ready to head south. Fantastic. You are the only people, I think, one of the few people who have joined from north of the Arctic Circle. So really grateful to kind of get a real sense of what that means this time of year for where you are. Others joining in with blackberries ripening. We should have a load of blackberries out here actually. I haven't noticed if they're going ripe over here yet. How about those on Facebook? I just seen a whole stream of emojis of fruits and grains. Yeah, the start of the harvest season, the start of the season of gratitude, of giving back, kind of, and being in gratitude for all of the bounty and abundance that the earth gives. Others have said, yeah, blackberry jam. Getting that ready in Sussex, ripe in Sussex. Others noticing the swifts have left already. Others noticing small acorns growing, not sure if that's usual. Interestingly, last autumn, there were no acorns in the whole of the British Isles at all. And there was something that had happened the previous year where there was a big boom of acorns, and it's something that oak trees do every so often. They have a chat amongst themselves and all agree that this year they'll kind of do twice as many acorns. There's a real technical term for it. I don't remember it. Please let us know in the comments if you know it. But they do a real boom of acorns one year, and it means the next year there were no acorns. And I remember this because we were doing a ceremony focused on planting acorns last year, and nobody up around the country could find any acorns. It was amazing, and we ended up having to get some acorns brought over to us from Ireland. Nobody had told the Irish oak trees that they weren't doing acorns that year, and so we had some acorns from Ireland for the ceremony that we were doing, and there were some very specially ritually planted oak trees from that. But that then possibly means that this year the acorns are smaller, or it might be another thing related to the heat and the lack of water. Celtic acorns, yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's it, yeah, a mast year. That is what I remember it being called, or people calling it last year. So yeah, mast year sounds like the one. I have a double, or kind of like a massive harvest of acorns, followed by none. So Lunasa, I put out some posts about it as well. Do keep bringing the comments in, and I'll kind of get to them as I see them. But Lunasa, I put up some kind of posts about kind of different traditional ways of celebrating it, and that in some places it would be a time of real gatherings of music and dance and sports and all the rest of it. And yes, I happened to be in Ireland for Lunasa, and did have half in mind that we might head to Crowpatrick, but there definitely wasn't time in amongst things that we already had planned. But one thing that was going on all of that week as well was the flower. If people are familiar with the flower, you know what I mean. But the flower is essentially where they pick a town each year, and basically all musicians from all over Ireland and possibly even beyond descend on that town. They close the main road and all the rest of it, and all of the pubs end up with sessions of musicians in the corner, all playing together, all playing traditional folk music, and absolutely wonderful. I mean, also stages and concerts, and kind of concerts kind of with 100 musicians or so outside the cathedral and things like that. But all along the street you've got young kids where there's kind of, brothers and sisters sitting there, and one's got a bowron and the other one's got a flute and the other one's got a fiddle, and just doing songs together. So it was really, really fantastic. My first time along at the flower and seeing the flower was a really nice example of this this time of the year. I guess, yeah, the weather's nice, the time for harvesting, but also a great time just to kind of get together and play some music. So it was absolutely wonderful for that. We've had here in the workshop, maybe you can just see over the corner there, the grains from the field nearby, which we just brought, as we tend to bring things in from the natural world around us, that we brought in for our altar. Oh, there's some more over there. Brought in for our altar just to honour the season, but that had already turned golden about 2 or 3 weeks before, so the dry weather again had already brought Lunasa in that little bit early. But it's that time of honouring the first harvest, honouring that all that the earth gives, and it's a time of gratitude. So I'd like us for this round of drumming to honour the season of Lunasa, for the celebration of Lunasa, this time of which we refer to as the harvest, but all the time where yes, we're kind of transitioning to that kind of late summer, moving into the autumn. And friends joining in from the Arctic Circle there, you may kind of be seeing that same thing where I think what you're talking about there with the Arctic cotton kind of going white with fluff, is that kind of coming into harvest, those flowers then going into their kind of seeds, maybe, if that's what's going on with the cotton. So yes, exactly what we're seeing all over with that. So I invite you for this round of drumming to honour this time of year, this celebration of the first harvest, and this time as we start on this doorway back into winter and move into a time of reflecting on the year that's been, and grateful for what has come to fruition. That's it, just returning to your breath and returning with your breath. Just breathing deeply just to bring that awareness, bring your awareness back into your body. And give it a bit of movement. Fingertips, toes, back, shoulders, whatever is helpful just to bring you really back into the space. Looking around the room just to let your gaze settle on something that will really just bring you back into the room where you are. Just to give yourself that little bit of moment to return before you come back to the group and back to the circle, back to all of us here through the screens. And when you're back, just let us know whether it's with a wave or with a thumb or an emoji or whatever. Yeah, thumbs on the screen as well, or thumbs or jazz hands on the screen down there. We don't have Fat Jazz Hands on Facebook, so whatever you can do in the emojis to be like jazz hands, see what it can create. Yeah, wonderful. Have a sip of water if need be, just to help yourself really come back, and let us know, those of you who are on Facebook, let us know with an emoji or something, let us know when you're back. I'm just going to grab some water. Superb. Great, well I hope everybody's feeling back now from that round. How was that? How did you feel? What was your experience of that round of drumming? If you could put it into one word or a couple of words, how would you describe the feeling during that round of drumming? And let us know in the comments section or in the chat. So start us off, we've got amazing, and others feeling clearing, others feeling wonder at the creativity of nature. What else did people feel during that round? Let us know in the comments section there. Harmoniously, sense of flow and continuity. I myself here was in a mix of a few things. I was thinking about, you know, the areas of land that I've seen all been moving towards autumn, but I was also very conscious of the fires that I've seen and the fires that there have been down here in the southeast, the water shortages in areas, and couldn't help but very much have that in mind during. Then was gratefully met by a nice little breeze that came in what's otherwise a very warm room. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but the roof of this place being metal means it gets very warm during the day, so very grateful having the door open just to get a bit of the breeze and the coolness coming in. So grateful to feel some connection to it all there through that. There's one just here that I've not got to. Somebody else using this in a slightly different way and writing, had writer's block, found themselves with so many words and had to scribble down. It really cleared their mind. Fantastic, fantastic. Well, there's something coming to fruition there. There's a kind of a harvest, a bounty, not of blackberries but of words. That was beautiful. And I've now scrolled right up the screen. There we go. Another harmonious on there. Fantastic. Wonderful. Hey. So as I mentioned, I've just come back from Ireland, but just before I went to Ireland, we made the difficult decision here that we were going to not continue with or going ahead with the gathering that we'd planned at the end of August. Heron Drums is here, we're coming up to our 10th anniversary, which will be the 1st of September. So right at the end of August we wanted to have a drum gathering and bring loads of people together, and we started talking about this a good few months ago, but being the bank holiday weekend, it's a very busy one for a lot of people, and every message we sent out we were getting kind of half a dozen kind of apology responses from people who would love to have been able to join but couldn't. And really and truly, with a small group of people, with the kind of the space that we'd kind of booked for it all, we wouldn't be able to afford to go ahead with it. So we put the message out at the end of July just to let everybody know that sadly we're not going to be having that event. And we've sat down today looking at what we will do, and what we'll probably do for that gathering is postpone it to early next year, probably kind of the beginning of spring, around March time. So it gives a bit more time for people to yeah, kind of plan around it and kind of book things in ahead. And something really nice to kick off the year of events, I guess, as well, is to have a really big drum gathering, getting people together to honour and celebrate the drum. So that will happen a bit later, further down the line, but we're working out a few plans for what we can do around the 1st of September as well. Like, for example, we're going to have something online here as a ceremony, just as honouring the 10 years. So we'll put out an event page for that, and with details, where it will be not quite the drumming circle, it will be more a ceremonial space. There will be obviously drumming involved with it, but just to have a space where we can honour the work that everybody who's been involved in this over the last decade, and everybody who's made drums with us, and those who have drums from us, and those who have you know, got involved with the drumming circles or whatever that we've kind of has been part of this journey so far over the last 10 years. We can honour those 10 years past and refocus on that vision of this work for the 10 years to come. And we'll hold that evening. I'll put up details about that evening. We'd wanted the gathering in Glastonbury to be a big opportunity as a fundraiser for a number of the different organisations and charities that we also support. And so we're going to do a fundraiser which will be essentially a raffle. We're in the middle of working on a very special drum that will be part of kind of a fundraising raffle, where we hope we can raise kind of a really good amount for these different organisations and charities. And yeah, there'll be some other kind of treats and surprises and things that we'll be putting up kind of specially around that time as well, so we can mark this 10-year birthday that we have with Heron Drums. So we've been sitting and tinkering around with plans for that today, and we will post, whether it's on Facebook if you're mostly following on Facebook, or if you're mostly following on Instagram, we'll be definitely sharing it there as well. Newsletters is another place to look out for details and information on those as well, and we will surely be putting bits on a section on the website to talk about all of those different things that will be happening as well, so that you can kind of see full details of them all there. Speaking of the website, the other thing that I'm excited about and literally cheered with joy earlier when we found it out, one of the things we've been asked for ages, more over the last couple of years, I think, since they've become more common, but is on the website a way of paying in instalments. It takes a lot to save up for a drum often, and so, you know, people kind of have asked a number of times about paying in instalments. We've got it set up on there. It was a feature that was only available on our setup for the website in the US up until clearly very recently, and we've gone on there again now, and there is a way of paying in instalments for things. So I guess people are joining here with drums, but other people might be joining on these evenings and just connecting in. if kind of that's helpful for you, it's all there on the website now, and it kind of is clear underneath all of the bits on the website how you can set up kind of installments, payments, and we really hope that will make it easier for people who are wanting to get their first drum, or wanting to get one of the drums that we have on the webpage there, and also those who are making drums, because it's applies for all of the items that we have on the online shop. So that's one of the new things that we've been just sorting out on the website there, and there's a couple of other things that aren't quite ready, so I'll wait until they are ready to update you on what's going on with those. Other things that are kind of there in terms of the autumn, we have a number of drum making workshops that are scheduled for autumn in Glastonbury, in Avebury, and in Kent. So if you're wanting to join us on those, which are those days of ceremony and sacred crafting, where we all together birth our own shamanic drums, we can put our own intents and prayers into them. The dates are all up onto the website, and it's there's one of them that's close to full, but the other two have got spaces on them there, so do have a look on the website for more details. Anything else? I'm sure if you're following either of one or other of the social media things, you'll get all the updates on it, but I just wanted to update you on those bits there. Alright, what we'll move to now, looking at where we are time wise as well, what we have on these evenings as well is our healing round of drumming, and so I'd like us to focus on that for our next round. What we mean by that is, when we've been drumming in these evenings, there's been that energy rise for ourselves, there's been a kind of chance for us to tune in as a circle, there's been that chance for us to connect in with the season, and it's a good chance for us to really strengthen and resource ourselves with the rhythm of the drum. It helps shift and clear away what it needs to for us, and helps reconnect us with what we need to reconnect with. But as I say, there's a whole lot of energy that we create when we drum together, even in this very wide circle that we have here. And so what I'd kind of like to invite us to have now is a round of drumming where we send that energy out with love and strength for those who are needing it right now. And we create a healing circle where within the centre of this circle we place those friends and loved ones that are needing some love and strength at the moment. And to do that, what we do is, in the comments section, we just pop their initials. It's here, on being online, it's a very public space, so please don't pop names or anything that's identifiable, but just pop initials into the chat or comment section below. And what we'll do then is hold them together here collectively as a circle, and as we drum together we can direct that for love and strength for them. So I'll just give you a moment now for anybody who comes to your mind and your heart, who you'd like to be held in this circle of love and strength. And we're not being directive with it, it's for them to use that love and strength in whatever way they need to right now, to help lift them and carry them forward in whatever way is right for them. It's not for us to say what is right for them, but we can send some love and strength in our prayers with the drums now. And for this, we will drum together. If you want to, I invite you to include your voice as well. And you don't need to think about what you're doing, just let that flow and let that intoning flow in whatever way it comes. You might also feel it useful to stand up and move around, and when we're sitting down we can find ourselves feeling a bit rigid. and it might help you feel that flow with it. Still got your feet on the ground, rooted and connected. Still drawing in that light from above. With this round, we direct that love and strength to those many people who have been named in the comment section here. So yes, I invite you to pick up your drums, and we drum for love and strength for them all. love and strength. Those drum beats, those drum rhythms ripple out from this circle to all those that have been named and held within this healing round, and all those that came to our mind and our heart during. And as we bring ourselves back, buzzing from those healing rhythms that are doing what they need to do within us as well, let's just bring our attention back to our breath. Breathing deeply into our body, breathing our energy and our awareness back into ourselves, down to fingertips and toes. Having a sip of water if we have it handy. Looking around the room, just finding something pleasant for your attention to land on, just as it allows you just to get back into the space, into the here and now. When you're ready, joining us back in the circle, back in this space here, this shared screen space that we have together. And let us know that you're back with a emoji or a bubble or waves on the screen. You can see them there on Zoom. Always takes a little while for it to catch up on the Facebook Live. But yeah, all starting to come in now. Starting to see some of the bubbles and some of the messages. Yeah, people are already starting to share their feeling and experience from that round. Please do let us know either in the chat or in the comment section how that round felt for you, what your experience of it was. People commenting straight away are feeling a real shift already in the energy from that round. Others feeling gratitude. Others feeling emotional from it. Yeah, absolutely. It is certainly powerful in the healing rounds there. Felt strong, lots of heat, conjuring the winds of healing. Fantastic. Emotional, letting go, allowing. Superb. I felt a really strong energy building, and right at the very end just got this sense of a being lifting it up, spiraling off in a circle, and was a really lovely kind of sense or image or vision just to kind of get at the end there, bringing that round to a close. So yeah, love and strength to all those out and around. And I'd like to, before we close this evening, just, well, or maybe as part of the close, we'll close with a song that just extends that focus of healing to the earth. We've named those in the centre of friends and loved ones, but as we talked about at the start, you know, many of us are in places in this country where there's wildfires out and around, but everywhere in the world is really feeling the pain of the lifestyle that this society and our societies have built up, and the harms and the impacts of that. And as part of our efforts and efforts that we make for change, we can also within these spaces hold that focus for the healing of our relationship with the land around us and with the earth. And so the chant that I'd like us to close with tonight is one called "The Earth is Our Mother." And the words of it is, "The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan." And then there's another verse, which is, "This sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. This sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. Hey yana, ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana, ho yana, hey yan yan." I'm afraid with the screens I can't easily throw it into the comment section there, but as always, join in with the words that you have picked up and hum enthusiastically the bits that you're still trying to get. And I will probably bring the drums in when you're ready. You can even drum along to it. But we'll just close with this focus that we honour the earth. As kind of, people have asked or kind of commented on the t-shirt, earth inherited from our ancestors but borrowed from our children. And that's the future generations of all life, not just the human, but the animal, but the tree, all of them. So yeah. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. This sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. The sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. The sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. This sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. This sacred We must take care of her, the earth is our mother. We must take care of her. And may the words of that song carry out from all of us in this circle reaching right across the earth. May the words of that song and the message of that song reach out and be heard by the hearts of more and more people. May more and more people awaken to this truth. May the rhythms of the drum, the heartbeat of Mother Earth, reach out far and wide from this circle and touch the hearts of ever more people. May they feel the call of the earth beneath us. May they feel and remember their interconnectedness. And may we see this change that is needed, the shift that is needed in our perception, in our actions, in our way that we live on this earth. For all the unseen that have joined us this evening, to our ancestors, to our spirit allies, to all of the elements and elementals that have weaved their energy and their magic in and throughout everything that has been shared and experienced this evening. We honour you and we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And ask that your strength and your blessings stay with us in the coming days and weeks and months until we can be back here again in this space to hold one another and be held one another in this worldwide circle, in love and in unity. Blessed be. Blessed be, and thanks and gratitude. And thanks and gratitude for all those who have joined on here this evening as well. Thank you so much. And if there's any comments or questions that I've missed, I will check on them afterwards and get back to them there on the Facebook. Remember that the blurb on the Facebook live video for this includes other useful links to the newsletter, to information on online courses, to the PayPal link if anybody's able to or wanting to send a donation for this evening, and if you are following the newsletter on there, you'll get updates on some of those other things that I shared that we'll be doing around the anniversary, the 10-year anniversary for Heron Drums. We will be doing something on or around the 1st as an evening, as I mentioned, that ceremony, so that may be the next time that I see many of you. But the next circle that we have here will be on Tuesday the 13th of September. So I know some people have that in their diaries and are here every single time. Do make a note of that somewhere. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on that circle next month, if not before. So thank you very much, everybody. Really, really lovely to see you all. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Cheerio.